Oh, hello again, guys. It's Obirochia here, back with another video. This is what if not was a god of destruction. Yes, what if there's a god of destruction. So, I got this suggestion from a friend, and I know like a lot of people knew to have done this, but I'm just gonna, lay it out there my own way. So, everything begins at the Leaf Villages, the Nine-tailed fox is raging around, destroying everything as it is under the genjutsu. So as the Nine-tailed fox is destroying everything, Minato had, three children, Menma, Mito, and Naruto. So Hiruzen Sarutobi then knocks Minato out as he then takes the babies as he goes to, seal the Nine-tails. But instead of sealing the Nine-tails into three parts, the Shinigami, makes a mistake, like he's just ignorant and decides like to seal the Nine-tails in two parts, like 75% of the chakra and soul into Naruto, and 25% and 25% like is gonna get divided between men and Mito. And then a small percentage is gonna get given to Kushina so she can live. They still need her life. The seals are still gonna appear on their bellies as if something is still inside of them. So Hiruzen then dies, like without saying a word. He just protected the village he so loved. Minato then wakes up to see that Hiruzen is still the QB. He then inspects the seals to see that Hiruzen did a very excellent job indeed. So he then picks up Menma and Mito and leaves Naruto. So as he left Naruto, up above in the air, Lord Beerus and Whis are watching, seeing as these events are going. Oh, so it seems the Nine-tails has finally re-emerged again, Whis. Yes, my lord, it has finally re-emerged. So what shall we do about it? No, let them seal it. I want the host with the power and soul of the Nine-tails, Lord Beerus says. So they then go down as, Whis puts an invisible barrier so people won't see what's going on. As Lord Beerus starts to transfer his power into Naruto. So as he is transferring the power into Naruto, he starts to fade. As he then says, Whis, please watch over this baby. I don't want him to be as lazy as I was in everything. Whis then agrees and he said that, Lord Beerus is going. But that's how it just is. So time skip 4 years. Naruto is like, 4 years old at most. Maybe by the time, maybe like, I think by this time Goku has arrived at Earth and, he's already getting raised by Grandpa Gohan and all that stuff. Vegeta and the other things that, working with Frieza. So yeah, let's continue. So back to Naruto. Naruto is 4 years old right now, as he's running away from the villages. Why he's running away from the villages? Flashback. A week after the Nine-tails attacked, Minato then announces that the chakra of the Nine-tails has been sealed into men by Mito and the soul into Naruto, making Naruto the demon. But what they don't know is that a deeper power lies in Naruto, which is more vicious than the Nine-tails. That's right, the destruction key. So, yeah. So they start to beat up Naruto, treating him badly, sending him out of stores. Red and Kushina don't pay attention to Naruto, they don't give him love in anything. He's gonna make Naruto, a bit more like, you know, on the angry side and everything. So Naruto then meets up with Kurama in the sea as he was like beat up by the villages badly and then he got knocked out as he met with Kurama in the sea. Kurama and Naruto became sort of close friends, very close friends indeed, as Kurama then told Naruto about his origins and everything. And So there's something which happened that the Shinigami did not notice. So, like the seal, he didn't like do the seal correctly onto Naruto. As you know, like the remainder of the chakra just in Men My Meter was like bit by bit receding back to Kurama. So is that was happening? Kurama had only a couple of years to live. So he then told Naruto about this, that they would eventually fuse together, creating the being which is right in front of you. So Naruto, who was sad at first, but said that he'll find a way to bring him back. So Naruto then starts a bit of his training, doing some push-ups, sit-ups and everything. So time skip maybe another 5 years. I think Naruto is about 9 years old. At age 9, Naruto knows how to read and write, all the basics and everything. So up above, Whis is watching over Naruto, seeing his growth, and it says, "So the time has finally come to train the new god of destruction for this universe." As Whis then grins and then departs, going to Earth. No, the Naruto Earth. So as he arrives, he then sees Naruto in a field training on his own. So Kurama immediately senses Whis and then tells Naruto about Whis. So Whis then walks up to Naruto and then says, "Hello there, young one. I am Whis. I am an angel and I've come to train you." Naruto's eyes shut up. "Really? Can you make me strong?" And then Whis nods. "But I have only one condition, is that you become the god of destruction for the universe." Kurama then gasps in shock as he then tells Naruto to agree to this, as you gain a lot of power from it. Naruto, he doesn't have like those foolish ideas of wanting to become Hokage and everything. No, he doesn't have those ideas. So he accepts Whis' offer and then decides to become the god of destruction. So Whis then takes Naruto to Beerus' planet, which is now gonna be Naruto's planet. So Naruto and Whis go to train. As they start training, so as they're training, Naruto then manages to unlock Beerus' destruction key. As he manages to do a Akai, those blasts and everything, he can now fly with the key. So it's been over 2 years now as he's been training with Whis. So Whis then decides that it's now time for your god training. As Naruto says, Whis, what's god training? Whis says it's so you can attain divine ki. So Naruto then agrees to this as Whis takes them into the stuff and they start training. So as Naruto is training, back to the Goku universe, I think it's already past like the Cell Saga and everything. It's now, let's say they're now entering Dragon Ball Super by this time. They defeated Majin Buu and all those other enemies which are there. So sorry about that, guys. So Naruto has heard, like, we told him that there's another Earth which is there. It's Naruto then marveled by this and says he wants to visit it. They could be some strong people. So Naruto, as he has the Nine Tails. The Nine Tails is gonna be like a major power boost for Naruto when they eventually fuse. So a little bit of a time skip before Naruto goes to Earth, like Goku's Earth. Sorry about that, guys. So as Naruto goes to Goku's Earth, before he goes to Goku's Earth, Kurama then tells Naruto that it's time for them to fuse. As Naruto then agrees to this, and then he tells Whis that he and Kurama are gonna be fusing because of the seal. So Naruto and Kurama began to fuse. As you know, it was very excruciating for Naruto, growing the muscles and everything, as his face became like this. So Naruto then changed his name to Kurama, the god of destruction. His eyes are red, everything like in the complete picture right here. So, as they fuse together, he then goes to train in the hyperbolic time chamber for a few days. Then he heads to Goku's Earth. So as he's heading to Goku's Earth, King Kai then contacts Goku and tells him that the god of destruction is coming, as he's a very strong person. So as Naruto and Whis make it to Earth, Naruto then raises his ki, as all the Z fighters are shocked at how much power Naruto has. So Naruto then goes down to the boat, as Vegeta then sees him and then says, "Wait, you look like Lord Beerus." Naruto then says, "Silent, you foolish mortal. I am the god of destruction for this universe, and I demand respect." As Vegeta grits his teeth at this, as he has been bested by another person. So Naruto then does what Beerus did, as he ate the food, and then he asked about the Super Saiyan God. Then they summoned Shinra and did all that stuff, did the Saiyan ceremony, and Goku then attained the Super Saiyan God transformation. Naruto is very excited at this, as his 9 tails are flying everywhere. So Naruto then starts to power up, as his power exceeds the over 9,000 limit, as the Z fighters are able to sense ki are terrified in Naruto's power. So Naruto and Goku begin to start fighting instead of trading blows at first, but Naruto then eventually entered his ultra instinct. Boy, it's not entered the ultra instinct. Goku could not touch him, like not at all. Goku was getting beaten left, right, and center. Goku then went into Super Saiyan 3. It didn't work. It was still getting beaten. Goku then powered up to Super Saiyan God, as he started to get a bit of footing of Naruto, but Naruto just increased the power, just using about 3% of Ultra Instinct power. He didn't even use his Destroy Key on anything, cause like Ultra Instinct is now base form to him, as he's like titled the strongest god of destruction, the god of destruction, who is like on equal footing with the Grand Priest. Flashback: after Naruto's training, the Grand Priest noticed that was a strong energy in Universe 7, as he decided to go and check it out. As he checked it out, he found that Whis was training Naruto, as when he got his distraction. The Grand Priest then turned to Whis and said, "Whis, who is this?" And Whis then said, "Oh, hello there, father. This is the new part of destruction for this universe." As the Grand Priest then grinned at this and said, "Oh, so this is Naruto." As Naruto then sees the Grand Priest, and then he bows to the Grand Priest. Whis was taught him about the angels and everything. As he bows to the Grand Priest, and the Grand Priest then challenges Naruto to his power. So from that, Naruto doesn't hold back, as the Grand Priest doesn't really use his full power. He's like 75%, but Naruto's using his full power. Like he hasn't had his potential unlocked or anything, which like the Grand Priest does later for him after the match. After the spar, the Grand Priest then sees that Naruto has a lot of potential, which needs to be unlocked. So he then unlocks Naruto's potential, as he then gains this glowing form, as he then attains, the Ultra Instinct. So back to the fight. Naruto and Goku are fighting. This is going on for like 45 minutes. Naruto's just dodging and beating the shit out of Goku. So Goku then forces himself to power up even more. He then attains the Super Saiyan Blue. Instead of Whis training him, he then attains it like right there and then, as you see it, some of like the Super Saiyan God power. So as he transforms into Super Saiyan Blue, Goku's Super Saiyan Blue is not really stable at this moment. It still needs perfection. So as they're fighting, Goku is perfecting it bit by bit, as he begins to get with 3% Naruto. As he's now landing a few hits, but he's still getting beaten up badly. So as this goes on, Naruto then eventually gets bored and knocks out Goku. No, I mean Kurama, and then knocks out Goku. Kurama is Naruto. If I say that, you just know that it's Naruto. So Goku then passed out cold as everyone sees that the strongest warrior has been defeated. Naruto then comes down and says, you mortals are strong. I will not erase you. Everyone let out a sigh of relief, but I'll be taking a few of you to go and train on my planet. I need strong people to protect this universe. Naruto at this point, he hasn't headed back like to his home planet or anything. He hasn't done enough of that. Um, Back to Konoha. Back at Konoha, people are freaking out. Naruto went missing. They do not know where he is, and it's been a bunch of years. It's like rumors of the hidden leaf village not having the Jinchuriki has spread. So is Meat and Men, or is they like being trained and all that stuff. The path of the Ninetales, just faded from them. They no longer had the path of the Ninetales as they tried and trained hard enough, as the seals on their bellies shattered and collapsed, and there was no more Ninetales chakra. So everyone was freaking out. They needed Ninetales, like they knew like this, the chakra goes back to the soul. So they began searching for Naruto, and the other elemental nations caught wind of this, and then they decided to gang up on Konoha as they declared war on the fourth grade ninja war on Konoha. So Konoha isn't gonna have any allies as Naruto is not there to save the wave and everything. So guys, I'm gonna end this video. I'm gonna post it now, and I'm gonna drop out if Naruto was banished from the Hidden Leaf village, and why I've not created the Akatsuki. So thank you all for the support. Peace out.